This week is one of my very favorite church history stories, and I will be talking about it with my children this week. So this is a time when we now have two church centers. We have one in Kirtland, and now we have one building in Jackson County. So there will be stories happening in both places for a while. If they were to travel by foot from Kirtland to Missouri, it would take about 2 months. If they were to travel by wagon, that would cut off some time. And then if they traveled by river or part of it by river, it would cut significant time off. But still, 2 to 3 weeks would be the fastest route to get from one location to another. So there had been a group of missionary companionships and church leaders that had traveled from Kirtland down to Missouri to dedicate the land, and now they're returning home. So they were traveling home by river, and some contention arose among some of the men. Some of them were not exactly thrilled about Zion. It was on the edge of the country. It was more of a rugged environment, and they weren't exactly excited about moving there. So this contention was arising, and they ended up getting off the river and going home in groups. And you can kind of imagine the discouragement that Joseph and some of the other leaders might have felt. And so they're traveling home, and they happen to run into Hiram and his traveling companions. Hiram had not yet made it to Zion. They had had so much missionary success along the way that they hadn't made it down to Jackson County yet. And so he and those he was traveling with happened to run into Joseph along the way. Consider the likelihood of traveling a 2-month journey by foot and running into your brother. Section 62 is the revelation received after this joyful reunion, and this is a really great quote to write in your scriptures at the beginning of this section. This is Elder Wong from the April 2021 General Conference, and he said, he, meaning the Lord, knows not only the details of our lives, God knows the details of the details of the details of our lives. So as you read section 62, notice what the Lord told them at this moment. Especially notice verse 3, because President Eyring has a story about verse 3. He said that he had a son that had a special gift for gathering people together and being an influence. And President Eyring said that he carved part of verse 3 for his son, where it talked about that the angels are looking upon him and that they rejoice over him. Think about what the angels might be rejoicing over you about.